Alejandro's story. I first met Alejandro when he was 6 years old. He fondly remembers beating me at chess the first time his parents had me over for a meal. His older brother, Juan, was in grade 9 at the time and coming to the after-school homework classes at the church. Juan started coming to the teen outreach, then the church's youth group, and then he accepted Jesus in 2014. And he was baptized in 2015. From the start, he would bring his two younger brothers, Alejandro and Jose, to the Saturday Kids Clubs and the Vacation Bible School each summer, where for years I heard the stories about Jesus and learned all the Bible verses. In 2017, Alejandro and his family moved from our town of Torrejon to the small town of Cabanillas, about a half-hour's drive away. Juan went through a difficult time when they moved away and when he started dating a non-Christian and drifted away from the church. But he called me when Alejandro, now in grade 7, was failing math. For the next 3 months until school finished, I would drive to their house every other Sunday to have lunch and study with Alejandro. Often it was Alejandro himself who made lunch, as he wants to be a chef and open his own restaurant one day. Education is highly valued in Alejandro's family by his parents Rodrigo and Julia, who both finished university in Bolivia before immigrating to Spain. This caused a lot of conflict between Juan and his father, and then between Alejandro and his father, over grades and furthering their education. However, it also made Rodrigo and Julio very grateful for the support I could give their boys. They often invited me over for a meal or to stay the weekend after they had moved to Cabanillas, which allowed for very interesting conversations about God. They had both been raised Catholic in Bolivia, but Rodrigo especially was close to God and religion. For a year and a half, Alejandro would then take a bus and then a train to study at the homework classes we offered at the church. In the fall of 2019, he started staying after class for the youth meetings at the church, and he gave his life to Jesus in November of 2019. We continued studying online during the pandemic and lockdown, but would often spend more time talking about Jesus and the Bible than his homework. After the pandemic, a new church was planted in his small town, and he started to attend and is being discipled there. He was baptized in July of 2022. It was a special day with his whole family in attendance. He gave his testimony standing in the cold waters of the River Tajo, where he bravely asked his father's forgiveness, saying, "I'm sorry for the things I did and said, and for everything I made you suffer, even to the point of not wanting to call you my father. I'm sorry and I love you, but not as much as my heavenly Father loves you. I hope one day that you are here with me in the church, and that one day we can meet up in heaven and worship God together." It was powerful to see this hardened Bolivian father in tears. We continue to pray for this precious family, for the salvation of Rodrigo, Julia, and Jose, for Juan to return wholeheartedly to Jesus, and for Alejandro's continued growth in the Lord.